So guys, welcome back to the channel. If you guys are actually new here and this is the first time meeting me, my name is Monta. I'm a 22-year-old digital entrepreneur from England and I help people start their own online businesses and that good stuff. So consider subscribing to this channel if you like stuff to do with entrepreneurship, starting businesses and all that good sort of stuff. So in today's video we're actually going to be talking about how you can go from complete beginner, not knowing what a social media marketing agency is, to actually starting one all in one video. I'm going to show you what the business model is, why it works, how to go out there and find clients to actually pitch, how to pitch them, then how to run Facebook ads to get them results, the whole A to Z walkthrough on how to start a social media marketing agency. Stay tuned for today's video. Okay, so to start off the video, the first thing we need to understand is what actually is a social media marketing agency, or an SMMA for short. So a social media marketing agency is basically an agency that does marketing for other businesses. It's a business to business model. So you help other businesses make more money by using their social media to attract attention and customers. In return, you get paid for that because they make a profit, and out of that profit you make some money. So there's actually two sides to a social media marketing agency. There's the paid traffic side, and then there's the social media management side. Now the paid traffic side is basically running Facebook ads and Instagram ads to a person's business or for a person's business in order to generate them a monetary return on investment. A monetary return on investment is basically running advertisements to make them money. So have you ever been on Instagram or Facebook? I'm pretty sure you have, and you've seen those little advertisements that pop up that said sponsored or advertisement or something like that. Those are what you get paid to do. So you get paid to advertise somebody else's business. Now the second side of a social media marketing agency is the management side. So you basically get paid to manage somebody's Instagram or Facebook account or whatever social media account it is, and you get paid in return for that. You basically get paid to manage their account and bring them more followers. So you basically increase their brand awareness, their exposure, and you build up their social media accounts in order to gain them a social return on investment that can later then become a monetary return on investment. So you basically build up their social media accounts, and in the most basic terms, basically you get them followers and likes and make them a popular business on social media so they can get customers. That's what it all is in the most simple, most basic terms ever. Of course there are a little bit more intricacies in that, but we'll break those down in today's video. Now you're probably thinking, okay, so why does this business model work? Why is it around? Why do people need this? Can't people just go and learn social media marketing on themselves, learn Facebook ads on themselves? Yes, the answer is yes, but who really has time? Let's say you're trying to reach out to doctors. A doctor does not have time, or a dentist. Dentists do not have time to go out there and learn Facebook ads to the level that's going to actually bring them a return on investment without them losing too much money on Facebook advertising, because it can be a solid skill set to master. Now, just to add to that, why this business model works is because we are younger people. So I've already checked my YouTube demographics and I can see that we are a younger audience. We're around, I believe my YouTube is around 17-18-year-olds to 25-year-olds or something like that. So we've basically grown up on social media. Now if you take a look at the average business owner, they are 30, 40, 50 plus years old. They're around 40 years old, 45 years old on average. Now the average 45 to 50-year-old don't really know how to run social media or how to do paid traffic ads or anything like that. They're really, really bad and really sucky at marketing, especially when it comes to social media marketing. So us younger generations have actually grown up on social media, and you've probably got Instagram, Facebook, and that sort of stuff on your phones already, so you already know how to run a social media account. So that skill set is actually valuable to these business owners if you can bring them some sort of return on investment, whether that be a monetary return on investment or a social return on investment. So guys, forgive me for interrupting your video. I'm actually just editing the video you're watching right now, but I just wanted to give a quick shout out to a student of mine called Oliver Hutton. By the way, forgive me guys, I look really rough right now. I've got a haircut planned this afternoon, but just want to give a quick shout out to Oliver Hutton. Basically, he jumped on a call with me the night before his first ever meeting with a business owner, a gym owner. And basically we just went over the meeting script. He's only like 17 years old, so he was like kind of scared that he was not going to be taken seriously. He was scared that he didn't know what to say, so we went over the meeting script, how to mentally prepare, what sort of objections they might throw at him basically. And I just made him understand how to basically be taken seriously as a young business owner. He's only 17, still in college, but he actually went on to close his first ever meeting, which is absolutely insane. He actually closed for £1,500 per month, so that's like, I believe that's close to 1.9k US dollars. Don't quote me on that, I'm not too good with the whole conversion rate and stuff like that, but he actually went and closed his first ever client just like that on his first ever try, which is ridiculous, you guys. So shout out to Ollie. He actually left me a great testimonial, and I'll probably do a little bit of a case study on this and show you guys some clips behind the scene of the actual call, because I record all my coaching calls, so I might just do that. But yeah, here's a testimonial and then we'll get back to the video. So peace.
Just a quick shout out to Montel Gordon. I jumped on a call with him about a week ago, and he showed me exactly how to automize all my lead sourcing, which is a big help to me, seeing as though I'm still in college, and it saves me a ton of time. After we went through all this, I'd explained to him prior to the meeting I'd actually set my first meeting with a gym owner. I was quite nervous about the meeting, seeing as though it was my first meeting and I didn't really have any experience in this kind of field. So yeah, he just showed me a few ways to mentally prepare myself, be prepared for any questions thrown at me. He managed to close that client the next day for £1,500 per month, so you need to jump on a call with him. He's a great guy.
So shout out to Oliver Hutton. You are a young savage. If you're watching this, I am super proud of you. And for you guys who are wondering how you can get a coaching call with me, my schedule is super busy, but I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can check that out, just in case you want to take your social media marketing agency to the next level or move it forward or anything like that. But yeah, the link is in the description. Just pick a time that suits you, fill out the application as best as you can, and then if you're accepted, we'll jump on a call and I'll help you out to the best of my ability. So anyway, back to the video. Okay, so next, what do you actually need in order to start this social media marketing agency or this social media business or this Facebook advertising agency, whatever you want to call it? It's all pretty much the same thing. So all you actually really need is a mobile phone, a laptop, or a computer, and you just need a Facebook account, maybe even a LinkedIn, but we'll get into all this sort of stuff later. But let's keep it very basic and just say you need three things, which is a phone, a computer of some sort, whether that be a friggin' iPad, a laptop, or a computer, and a Facebook account, because we're going to be using Facebook outreach to reach out to people. And of course, we can actually reach out to people using other things such as emails and Instagram and stuff like that, and cold calling and stuff like that, but we're just going to stick to Facebook outreach because that's my area of expertise. Okay, so now that we've got all that out the way, we're going to talk about the costs of this business. Now, if you don't have a phone and you don't have a laptop, you're going to have to go out there and buy a phone and a laptop. I'm sure you can get ones pretty cheap. You're going to need internet connection, of course, because this is an online business. Without internet, it's done for. But where have you ever seen? There probably are countries out there without internet, but if you're watching this, I'm pretty sure you have internet. So the actual cost of this business is very low. You can actually start this business for free. I mean, you can actually, it doesn't take any money to actually search for restaurants in your local area on Google, find their number, and then phone them up and get the business owner on the phone. to actually set a meeting with them. It costs no money whatsoever, and don't let anybody tell you that it does, because it doesn't whatsoever. You don't need fancy websites, you don't need business cards, you don't need any of that traditional crap. You don't need some massive loan, because I remember when I was at university, I thought to start a business you needed tens of thousands of pounds and stuff like that. With this business, you can actually start it off zero money, because all you're doing is going to Google, finding businesses and calling them up. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into my computer so I can show you how to find businesses that need your services and that you can reach out to and then close as clients. So without any further ado, let's jump in onto my computer. So here we are on my computer. As you can see, I've got Google Chrome opened up in a new browser. This is basically just a, an extension. Anyway, the first thing we're gonna get is a tool called Facebook Pixel Helper. Now this is basically a free extension that basically lives up here. It's this little extension here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to Google Chrome, you're gonna install Google Chrome, you're gonna go onto Google and search for Facebook Pixel Helper. You're going to get this and download it, and it's going to live in your extensions bar up here. As you can see, it says Facebook Pixel Helper. Now, for those of you who don't know, a Facebook Pixel is basically a piece of code that lives on people's websites that basically allows them to see if their ads are running well or not. It basically tracks conversions and that sort of stuff. It basically tracks data. It's kind of like a cookie, but like 10 times more powerful. So we need this to basically see which one of these businesses basically have a Facebook advertiser, because if they have it installed on their website, so if we go to a website and see that this person's website has a Facebook pixel, this will light up blue, and if they do have it on, then we're going to leave those businesses alone, because we only want to contact those businesses who don't have a Facebook pixel installed on their website. So what we're going to do right now is actually go and find businesses that actually need our social media marketing services. So basically we're going to go ahead and type in our niche. So I've just picked restaurants and then a city, so restaurants in London. I'm picking restaurants right now because I know that's a popular niche. It's not a very great niche to get into because they have low profit margins. But we're going to take a look and find some businesses that basically need our services. What I like to do is come in here and press this more places bit, because it gives us a nice list of businesses to go through. So what we're going to do is basically go down this list and look through some of these businesses. As you can see, I've literally just opened one up in a new tab. As we can see, this restaurant's website is basically very beautiful, very well optimized. I believe they could be doing a little bit better because they don't have their social medias anywhere linked. Oh yes, they do at the bottom. So we can see that they're doing a great job. Now we're going to want to go and check out their Facebook and their Instagram to see how well they're doing on Facebook and Instagram. Now, just a word of warning, you basically want to find businesses, the owner actually working there, or if not, you're going to have to find the business owner's actual personal details, such as his name, phone number, and stuff like that. And I'll show you methods on how to do that. But you want to stay away from businesses that are huge chain businesses. So like franchise businesses, such as like, I don't know, Starbucks. Stay away from Starbucks, of course. Stay away from big places like that. I'm pretty sure you know around your area which businesses are like chain businesses. And stay away from those, because there's going to be a massive level, there's going to be so many levels of hierarchy to get to the actual business owner and the decision maker, and it's going to be very difficult to close them on your services, because you're going to have to sit around a board of directors, because there's going to be multiple people making the decision. We want to find small to medium sized businesses that the business owner might be working there, and it's relatively easy to get that business owner so he can make a decision really quickly with us, and we don't have to go through the hassle of going through 10 levels of authority just to get to them. So as you can see, what we first want to do before we even do anything is take a look at their website to see if they actually take their digital marketing serious. As you can see, these people have a beautifully designed website. They actually have a header video. I'm not going to check that out right now, but we could do if we wanted to. Now, right off the bat, we always check. This is my heuristic or my little protocol I stick by. We first look to see if the website's nice or not. If the website's not nice, they probably don't take their digital marketing seriously, and they will probably need to be sold on digital marketing as a concept in the first place. Not only basically what I'm trying to say here is that not only will you have to sell them on your particular services, so what you do as a company at your agency, but you'll actually have to sell them on the concept of digital marketing as a whole. So if they've got a bad website, kind of stay away from them unless you think you can actually, unless that's a service you offer, by the way. If you actually offer web design, then by all means go ahead and reach out to them. But the second thing I check, so the first thing I check is if they've got a great website, which this one has. The second thing is if they've got a Facebook pixel. Now, as you can see, it says there's no pixel found on this website, meaning they probably don't have a Facebook marketer that knows what he's doing. If they do have a Facebook marketer, then they are seriously losing out on money. They're paying him and he's basically leaving money on the table because they're not tracking their conversions. They're not tracking any data. This pixel, as I said before, it allows you to track whether or not your ads are working, what sort of pages are hot or not, where everybody's viewing, how long they've stayed on your website for, all that sort of conversion data, which is really, really, really valuable, even more valuable than the actual website itself. So if they don't have a Facebook pixel, we can put them down on our list. So these guys have got 1,301 profile likes, which is relatively okay, but we can definitely get that up to like the 5K range if we are running some sort of brand awareness ad. So we can see that their Facebook is okay. Their Instagram, the followers is low. They're actually following more people than they have followers, so we can definitely take care of that. I mean, they are getting okay engagement. They're using hashtags and stuff like that, so they're pretty much okay on Instagram. Still could improve. When was that posted? Their last post was the 15th of January. It is now the 8th of February, so we can see that their posts are a little bit slacking. They're a little bit behind. They need to be posting a little bit more regularly, at least once or twice a week, maybe even more. So as we can see on the Facebook, let's take a look when they last posted. We can see again that their last post was on the 15th of January. So now, because the restaurant niche is a aesthetically pleasing type of niche because of the food, everybody loves food, and being a foodie on Instagram is a big thing, so we can definitely reach out to them to help them improve their social media. But the big key takeaway here is they don't have a Facebook pixel installed on their website, meaning they are leaving a lot of money on the table. So guys, as we're going down this list, basically we're gonna go through their website, see who's got pixels, see who doesn't. We're gonna prospect their business. We're gonna see if they have a nice business, if they've got good reviews. We don't want to be working with people who have bad reviews. I mean, there's just no helping a bad business. We're not in the business to help losers win. We're in the business of helping winners win more. So bear that in mind. So as you can see, this business here is definitely winning. Some 690 reviews and a 4.3 star rating. We can definitely work with this business. So as we're finding these businesses, we're gonna need to collect them in some sort of sheet so we can stay organized. Now, I recommend we create a sheet that looks something like this. You're basically just gonna set out your columns, something similar to this, or however you like it, just so you can stay organized. Remember to freeze this row, so that when you organize these businesses, you can actually keep the headers at the top. So I recommend you do it by city. So you do one city or one geographical area, and then you basically divide it into two tabs here at the bottom, or however many cities you do. Now I've actually done this with the dentist niche, and I did it with 41 different cities. So I had a massive long tab section here. It got so bad that I actually had to put all 2,000 leads into, I think it was 1,200 leads or 2,000 leads into one sheet, and then basically have the address somewhere here like that, or city name here or something like that. Whereas what I recommend is just keep it simple. Just find a couple of businesses in each city that you really want to reach out to, that look like they need your services, or you could actually work with, that you actually want to work with. That's another thing. Make sure you're reaching out to businesses that you actually want to work with. Don't reach out to just busted down businesses, because that's going to be a pain in your backside. So as we go through the list on Google, which is this tab, we're going to go ahead and fill out this sheet with all the relevant information. So we're going to go find the business name, which is obviously Kazan restaurant. I'm not too sure how you pronounce that, but we go ahead and copy it and then come in, paste it, remove the hyphen if you want, but I'm not going to do that for time purposes. You're then going to go and find the business owner's name, so you can actually go to their restaurant website and take a look if they've got their name on there. They probably don't right now, but what you can do, so normally what happens is there'll be an about us section or meet the team section on their website. You click that and you can go and see who's working there at the restaurant. If it's not there, you're gonna have to use a backup way. So like I was saying, there's no about us section on this website, but what we can do, if this is the case in your particular scenario, you can use websites such as Company House in the UK. I'm not too sure what the equivalent is over in America, but you basically just want to find a website that allows you to find out a company's information. So like their company number, their registered number and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure in every country there's some sort of legal documentation of businesses, companies, like registered address, company owners, directors and stuff like that. So you can actually go ahead and look for that in your particular country, wherever you're watching this from. So I'm just going to go ahead and type in the restaurant name. And as you can see straight away, the restaurants popped up, Kazan Restaurants Limited. So as you can see, it's pulled up the company's information. Now we want to go to people. So we're going to go ahead and click on people to see who the directors are of this business, if there's multiple or if there's only one. And as you can see, we found 2 people. And it looks like they both have the same second name, so it looks like it's a family run business, and these 2 are basically the directors. We can see we've got a resigned director here. These 2 are active directors, so we can actually copy this name down, or we can go persons with significant control to see who's got the most stake or share in this company. So as you can see, this looks like it's a 50-50 shared business. This person here owns more than 25% of this business's shares, whereas this person does as well, but they both don't own more than 50. So it looks like it's a 50-50 split. So what we can do is basically we can either contact them both or just one of them. I'll just do one of them for this video's sake. So we're going to grab this guy's name and we're going to start building out this sheet here. It does take a little while, but it will be worth it in the end. A little tip for you guys is make sure you download some sort of clipboard copier tool application for your computer, so you can copy multiple things and paste multiple things at once, because you're going to be doing a lot of copying and pasting. So we're going to copy his name, copy the website URL. We're going to copy their Instagram URL. We're going to copy their Facebook URL. We're also going to click about, just to see if their email address is on here, just in case we can't find it on the actual website. This is a Gmail. I would stay away from that one because they probably have a more in use one. Now to find email addresses, there's actually a tool up here called hunter.io, and it finds emails for you already. So what we can do is we can copy this email address, and now that we've got all the information, we can basically just copy and paste it all into the sheet using this little tool. As you can see, I've pressed well, you can't really see, but I've pressed Command Shift and V, and it pops up this box. If you have like a clipboard copier or some sort of tool on your computer, and what I like to do is just go through, find the website URL and just put the information in the relevant boxes. Where's the Facebook in the Facebook, Instagram in the Instagram, so on and so forth. Now we've got the email address, put that in there. The phone number we can find from the website, or we can actually take it from Google itself. As you can see, the number is here. Now that we've got all this filled out, we basically want to do the same for all the businesses in this list, and then keep going through the pages until we've got enough businesses we feel okay with. Don't overwhelm yourself, guys, here. Just get a ton of businesses that you can reach out to. It's a little bit of a numbers game, but you don't want to treat it as a numbers game, because you don't want to treat each individual business as just a number. These are actual people with real businesses here, guys. So these contact boxes are basically going to keep you organized for when you've actually contacted these businesses. So for example, if I was to reach out to this business on Facebook, I would put in Facebook and then the date I reached out to them, which today's date is the 8th of February 2019. And then if I was to reach out to them again, I would go into the contact box. Let's say this time I reached out to them on Instagram, I would just put IG. And let's say I waited 2 days, so I contacted them on the 10th of February 2019. And then the third, and so on and so forth. Notes is basically any notes you want to take down about the business, whether they're a good business, whether they got a strong social media, whether you like a certain thing about their business. I suggest you take notes because it keeps you it keeps them in your mind, it keeps them fresh, and whenever, if you do talk to these guys, which hopefully you will have notes right there and then to actually talk about. Okay guys, sorry for the weird cut. I kind of had to fly out, leave my house and come back, but as soon as we're done finishing off this list, so I actually recommend you guys build this list out on like a weekend, and then you basically can have all your leads set nicely for you to then reach out to in the week during business hours and business days. So what we're going to do then is we're gonna start basically sending out to these people basically Facebook messages and Instagram messages. So what we can do is basically open up their Facebook accounts, and then we're going to use this script here to basically send them a message. Now of course you're going to want to change this sort of stuff. So if you found the business owner's names Michael, you're going to obviously say, hey Michael, I came across your business online and seen your restaurant one, and then whatever. So basically this first line you want to replace it with a compliment. So this is what I call the 2x2 script. Basically you find two nice things to say about the business in under 2 minutes. So you'll say, hey Michael, I came across your business online and seen your restaurant, I don't know, maybe has you could say here for your example, has a 5-star rating or something like that, or a 4-star rating, which is a really amazing achievement. But in my case, I'm just going to read it out as it is. But of course you're going to want to find your own compliments to put in here. You actually have to do a little bit of research on the business first. Don't just be sending a bunch of nonsense to these people. But I tried to keep this script as general as possible, so you can literally just come in here and just change this little bit here. So in this case, basically I'm just saying, hey John, I came across your business online and seen your restaurant won top Italian restaurant in London 2019. Congratulations on such an achievement. I specialize in Facebook advertising and making sure my clients' restaurants are filled with new customers every month, especially on those slow days, and I'm confident I can bring you more customers. By the way, I also notice you take particular care when it comes to your brand image online and have amazing high quality content. However, I believe you still could be leaving a lot of money on the table in terms of your digital marketing. So I took a few minutes today to put together a short video going over this. Then you want to insert a Loom link. Now we're going to get into what a Loom is in a second, but bear with me. So continuing, I believe that if you correctly implement these strategies, they could bring you in an additional 5 to 6 figures in revenue within the next few months. Would you be open to jumping on a quick 15-minute call to see if adding this system to your business makes any sense? I have, and then just give them 2 available dates that you have on your calendar or whenever you're actually free. Then you're going to sign off by saying thanks, their name, and then your name at the bottom. And then we're just going to send this out to a ton of businesses, but we're going to actually find 2 compliments about those businesses that are actually real and actually apply to that specific business. Now here I mentioned entering a Loom link. Now what you can do is either go broad, meaning you can actually send this out to a ton of people. But if you're going to send it out to a ton of people, you're going to have to do a ton of video audits. Basically, you can either go broad, which is basically sending out to a ton of people, or you can go really specific and only send it out to a certain amount of people each and every day. So like 5 to 6 people a day, 5 to 10 people a day, however long you actually want to spend on this this business of yours, this social media marketing agency of yours. So let's say you want to send out this to 100 people within a week. So like you want to do 20 a day for 5 days a week. However, for you to do 20 video audits in a single day, that is going to take some time. Now, even though we're using Loom, Loom is basically a recording software. It is this little plugin right here, this little extension here. It is free. Basically, Loom allows you to record your screen and record yourself going over certain things, so you can actually go through and audit their business. So you can be on their Facebook page and record yourself on the Facebook page talking about certain things. Now, what you can do is basically create what you call the fake audit strategy. Now, the fake audit strategy is Loom, after you've recorded, gives you a Loom link. Now, what you can actually do is enter a broken link in here, right here. And what's going to happen is you're going to send this to them with a broken link on Facebook, but Facebook's going to try and pull up the broken link in a little preview tab. You're going to press X on the preview tab before you even send it, and what's going to happen then is you're going to send this thing without the preview, and it's basically they're basically gonna read this. If they do read this, which they probably do, because Facebook has 90% open rates, that's why we use Facebook. But if they do read this and then they come back to you, they're basically gonna say, hey Monta, I clicked the link but it seems to be broken. Now basically what's happened then is they've literally just held their hands up saying, I'm actually interested in your video audit. So instead of sending out 20 video or doing 20 video audits a day, you can just focus on the people that actually ask for the audit. So you can actually send this to 20 people with the broken link, and maybe 5 reply or 3 reply saying, hey Montel, thanks for the message. However, I went to click on your Loom video and it's actually it actually broke. It doesn't play, blah 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 blah. And then you can basically come in and say, oh, I'm really sorry about that, I'm not too sure what's happening with the software. And then you actually create them a audit for them. So you actually go ahead and shoot the video for them, then send them the link that actually works. That way you're not sending out audits to people that don't actually want them. You're actually sending it out to people who have actually held their hands up and basically said, hey Montel, I want the audit but it's broken, can you do something about it? And then basically you send them the audit. Now the tool we use for this is called Use Loom. I'm going to show you exactly what's going to happen. So basically this is Loom. It's www.useloom.com. It's basically a free extension that lives in your extension bar, and it goes here, lives here basically. And what you do is you can basically go through a person's website and stuff like that and tell them that they've got no Facebook pixel installed if you're actually going to do this audit for them. However, if you're not going to do the audit and you're going to do the fake audit, of course, the method goes like this. You send out the fake audit first to a lot of people. The people who are actually interested will get back to you saying the link's broken. You then send them the actual working link. Now, let's just go back to the start and pretend I'm doing this with the broken link method. So let me just get my script and just paste in a broken link. Now, what you can actually do with this link is because it looks so ugly, what you can do is go to bit.ly.com and shorten it, and then change the bit.ly after. You basically can customize your own bit.ly links and call it something like restaurant audit 81 or 65 or something. Give it a number so it looks like you've done this multiple times. That's a little tip for you guys that I'm not going to do right now just because of time's sake. But what you're going to do is enter this broken link into the script, create your actual 2 compliments, then you're going to go and press send message. If you don't see the send message button up here, that indicates to me that they're leaving a lot of money on the table as well, because they don't have a clear send message button, just a book now button. Probably because they've got too many messages. However, you're going to end up sending this message, and what's going to happen is you see this box down here. It's going to try and basically pull up a preview of the link. What you want to do is press X on the preview and then press send. Of course, I'm not going to press send on this because I'm just messaging a random business. They're probably going to think I'm a weirdo. The guy is not even called John. It's just a demonstration basically. So what's going to happen then is they're going to open your message, read it, but the link's going to be broken. Like I said, it's not going to take them anywhere. It's actually going to take them to this page. Let's have a look. So this broken link actually takes them to a broken page, obviously. So what's going to happen is they're going to open up the link. They're going to press the link. It's going to be broken. They're going to reply to you saying it's broken. Could you send me another one? And then that's when you actually send an actual audit to them using Loom. So you use Loom to then go in and start auditing these businesses. and you want to basically break down their business, saying that they've got a good social media or a bad social media. Then you want to go onto their website, do an audit for that website. Audits, I'm going to have to do a whole completely other video on, because that's a topic in itself. You're then going to ask for a call, a 15-minute call. You're never going to try and sell them over DMs or over a phone call if you decide to do cold calls. Of course, it's up to you. You can either email these people, cold call these people, or LinkedIn these people, or Instagram these people. Depends on what you want to do. I recommend Facebook and using this little strategy here because it's worked for me and it's pretty easy. So what's going to happen is, again, they're going to message you saying the link's broken. You're going to apologize, then send them the correct link, and basically say that I don't know what happened with the link. I've created another one for you, blah, 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 blah. And then in the video, you're going to go through and audit their whole business and how you can improve their business and stuff like that. And then that's how you're going to get them to jump on a call with you. This is where you try and sell them your services. So once you get a meeting with the actual business owner, make sure it's the business owner you're actually speaking to. You don't want to be setting meetings with other people. You want the decision maker in the meeting or on the meeting. Now you can either do meetings over the phone, or what I like to use is this little program here called Zoom. Zoom is basically a free online meeting platform. So basically you can host meetings on here, and the person that actually gets your meeting, you basically send them a link to your meeting room and they can actually click the link. It then basically opens up a web browser or actually downloads the app on their desktop or mobile phone, and they basically join your meeting room. And they don't have to like create a user or anything like that, like Skype. So this is why I like to use Zoom. Pretty easy. I also like to use Zoom because I believe that having a call over video and actually showing your face increases your chances of closing. Now, I'm not going to go over the whole meeting strategy as a in this video, because that is just a whole other video on its own. I could literally spend another hour talking about the actual meeting in just this video. But a good book I recommend for meetings is Jordan Belfort's book, The Way of the Wolf, which I'll link in the description below. So in the meeting, I'm just going to give you a quick couple of pointers. One is to make sure these people are actually in a silent room. You don't want to be taking meetings like while they're just in the back of the business. It's just never going to happen. You want to make sure they're in a quiet room. You're in a quiet room. You want to be confident. You want to start off by setting the frame of the meeting so that you make sure that you are in charge of the meeting. You want to be the one leading the meeting, so you have that authority position. You also want to come across as confident. You want to speak slowly. Make sure your tonality is right. This includes your body language if you're going to be on a video call. You also want to make sure you've done your research on the business, but you also want to make sure that you are asking the right questions, such as, why did you actually set this meeting with me today? What motivated you? What's the motivation behind setting this meeting with me today? Then they're going to tell you, you're going to have to dig a little bit deeper. Like I said, I'm not trying to go into the whole logistics of the meeting. That's actually a long topic. I'm going to have to do another video on that. So comment down below if you want some sort of meeting strategy put in place, and I will give you that. But guys, I want to tell you that the strongest, the best, the most brilliant meeting strategy is to basically future pace. And what I mean by that is you're going to have to basically ask the business where they're at financially now, where they want to be in 12 months time, and then you're basically drawing out the pain between that gap. So let's say they're at 10k a month and they want to get up to 15k a month. Then you're going to ask them, what's your motivation behind actually getting to 15k a month? Then they're gonna start telling you surface level answers, such as, I'll be able to pay my bills, I'll be able to pay for this, pay for that. Then you're gonna ask them deeper questions. You're gonna go even deeper and ask them, if I could get you to 15k per month, how would that change things in your day-to-day life? Then they'll actually start going in deeper. People actually love talking about themselves, and they're actually gonna open up, and you're gonna pull out a lot of pain points. What's gonna happen is they're gonna start talking about, my son, he'll be able to go to this sort of university and get these sort of grades because I've always wanted him to do this, this, and this. Then they're literally going to start giving you their life story and really open up. That's going to allow you to pull out pain. You're basically going to say, well, if you don't make a decision here today, you're going to stay at the same level you are, and your son's not going to be able to get there. So you're basically going to use their own pain against them. It sounds kind of unethical, but it's the greatest sales strategy I've ever used. So basically, people buy with emotion, then they justify with logic. So you want to sell them emotionally. You want to get them emotionally involved and open up and pull out those pain points by digging deeper. So if they say they want to get to X amount per month, you're going to ask them why, what's the motivation behind that, then they're going to start opening up. Now at this point, you have a choice of two things. You can actually go straight ahead and start asking for money straight away. So basically start charging straight away, or you can actually ask for a trial. Now, if you're going to ask for a trial, I completely understand, but I don't believe that trials are a great thing to do because it puts you in a bad positioning. Now, originally, I used to say, I'm not too sure if you're familiar with a Dan Henry. Dan Henry is a digital marketer who basically says that the quickest way to get your first client is a trial, which is probably true. It's what I did. But the way how I positioned myself made me look as if that I was just a newbie. So I said something on the lines of, I'm offering you a free trial to prove to you that I can get you results first, because I'm new to this. Basically, I'm a student. I'm a curious student. Basically, I'm learning this stuff myself, and I want to test it out on your business if you're willing to put the ad money down, which was £150 or something like that. However, I found that there's actually a better strategy than that if you're going to use the free trial period. So if you're going to offer like a trial, offer it for around 14 days or something like that, and use this exact wording. You say to them that you're a value-based marketing agency that only charges once you've proven that you can get results for them. So basically, you want to shift from being a curious student to basically saying you're a results-based marketing agency that only operate based on sheer results alone, meaning that it's going to basically put you in such a better position when it comes to later down the road when you ask for a £1,000 retainer fee. I don't recommend you go below a £1,000 retainer fee. And that's how I kind of structure my meetings. So you basically diagnose their business first, then sell them emotionally, pull out pain points, and then ask for the close. That is like a 10,000 overfoot view. It takes a long time to master this, and you're probably going to suck at the start, but don't even worry about that. Every no you get is closer to a yes. Remember that. So that's exactly how I would do it. Now we're going to jump into actually creating the Facebook ad that you would actually use to get these guys some results, and then kill the results so you can actually go ahead and then ask for a £1,000 retainer fee if you've done the trial. If not, this is just going to still bring you those great results for them. So we're going to jump into Facebook and actually create a Facebook ad live in front of you guys. Okay, so guys, once you've finally got your client, the hard work is pretty much done. Creating the Facebook ads is actually the easiest bit. So what you're gonna do is basically go over to business.facebook.com and create an account. You probably already have a Facebook account, but you don't have a business manager account. Make sure your client also has a business manager account, and you need to create them an ad account and stuff like that and onboard them onto your systems, which again is another video. Basically what you want to do is basically take their ad account ID and add it, and then basically request access to it so you can actually run advertisements on their ad account and utilize their Facebook pixel and basically run ads on their Facebook page. So once you've done that, you want to come to business manager, and it's going to look something like this. Now I've got an ad running, so you're probably going to see that. So yours is actually going to be blank and stuff like that. But then you want to go ahead and click the little burger icon and press ads manager. Ads manager is then going to load up. When mine finishes loading, my Wi-Fi is extremely slow. So once your ads manager is loaded, you're going to basically click create a new ad. So you're going to create a new ad. Now once you create a new ad, it's basically going to look something like this. Now let me break down what's going on here. Basically on the left you can see there's 3 different tabs here. Now Facebook ads works in 3 different levels. There's a campaign level, ad set level, and an ad level. The campaign level is where you pick your objective. So one of these, what are you optimizing for? What's the ad all about? What's your main objective, basically what you're trying to achieve? The ad set is basically where you do all your targeting, set the budget, and set your audience, stuff like that. And then the actual ad lives within ad sets. So these each live within each other. So ad sets live within campaign, ads live within multiple. You can have multiple ad sets and the multiple ads. So one ad set can have multiple ads, or you can have one ad set with multiple ads. So guys, it gets a little bit complicated, but you can actually have multiple ad sets and multiple ads. I'm going to leave it at. So what you're going to want to do is, because we're trying to generate leads here and using a Facebook lead form, you're going to use lead generation. Normally you want to click either now when you're running a social media marketing agency, you're probably gonna stick to a few things, which are traffic, conversions, engagements, video views, and lead generation. I've not really played around with the other sort of stuff, but in today's video we're just going to focus on lead generation. So you're going to want to click your objective and you're going to want to name the campaign. Let's just name it lead generation restaurant demo. Make sure you guys are naming your campaigns, because if you're running multiple campaigns it can get confusing. The same with the ad set. You're going to come in here and want to rename this to something specific. Free wings, let's call it broad audience. So if you're targeting different audiences within one campaign, you're going to want to name these very specifically. You're going to choose the Facebook page. So this will be your client's Facebook page. There will be an option to drop down. It's going to be a drop down option. You're going to click your client's actual Facebook page. Dynamic creative, you want to leave that alone. Your audience, you don't have a custom audience yet, so we're going to leave that alone. So you're going to select the area in which your client is operating in. Let's just say she's operating in my city, which is Sheffield, United Kingdom. You're going to change the reach down to around 20 kilometers. I'm not too sure how much that is in miles. I know that 25, so I think that's around 10 miles or something like that. 15, let's just do 25. That's around 15 kilometers, which is pretty big. So we're actually going to change that back to around 20. Keep it around 20, because basically we want people in the local area coming and redeeming this coupon of these free wings we're going to give away. And we're basically want to bring in local people. So what I like to do is I like to change the age to around 22 and above, or around 24 and above, 25 and above, because those are the type of people who have disposable income, who's going to be a paying customer. Normally when you target people who are around 18, they're normally like university students and don't really have that don't really have that much money. It all depends on what type of restaurant you're running for. If your restaurant's more of a fancy restaurant and the prices are pretty expensive, I might even go 25 and above, or even 30 and above if it's a really high-end restaurant where the meals are like £70 a steak or something like that. What I like to do is I actually like to add in English all, because I want to target people who speak English all. Oh, and by the way, up here you want to actually select people who live in this location. Well, to be honest, it doesn't really matter, because people who don't live in this location can still come and enjoy some free wings and buy a meal basically. So your detail targeting, you can actually leave this pretty broad because it is free wings after all, but we can actually type in stuff like restaurant, and it's actually going to pull up some interest in restaurant and stuff like that. Then we can ask for suggestions. Eating out sounds like a good one to target. We can actually target local food and stuff like that, but I'm actually going to leave it alone. And as you can see, we have a potential reach of 270k, an estimated reach of 700 people to 4.1k per day. So with the targeting, we kind of want to leave it broad and buy data. It's what you call buying data, when you basically leave it broad and let Facebook do the optimization and stuff like that. You just want to leave it broad, but on your placements, never leave it on automatic placements, even though it says it's recommended. Facebook is basically greedy and it wants your money. It's just going to show people crap ads in crap places. Just don't do it. You want to basically uncheck everything. So basically you just want to leave it on the Facebook newsfeed, so it's only going to show up on the Facebook newsfeed. Again, don't leave it on any of these other things. We can split test that later if you really want to. Now you want to keep it on all mobile devices, and you want to change the ad budget to £5 a day. We always start with £5 a day to basically test the ad to see if it's running well. and after 3 days we've only spent like £15, and after about 3 to 4 days we can see if the ad's performing well or not. So we're going to hit continue to then build the actual ad itself, so the actual creative and the pictures and the copy and stuff like that. So we're going to jump into that now. So guys, here we are in the ad creative bit. So basically we want to just rename this. Let's just call it Free Wings Pick One, Free Wings Picture One. Again, the identity is going to be on your actual client's Facebook page. Now we're running a single image. Of course, you can do a video image or a carousel image. Carousel images work best when there's multiple shots of something. So for example, if you're running ads for a real estate agent and he basically has a house that he wants to sell that has like multiple pictures, maybe he's got a picture of the actual bedroom, bathroom, living room and stuff like that, you can do that. Or if you want to do like a brand awareness ad where you do like a house tour, you can actually do a single video ad. Or if you want to do like a brand awareness ad for a particular restaurant and grow their social media and grow their brand awareness, you can actually do a tour of the restaurant. But for an ad like this where we're giving away some free wings, we actually just want to use a single image ad. Now this is where we actually change the ad. So what you're actually going to do is ask for a nice picture of some chicken wings from your actual client. Please don't use stock photos. Well, you can, but it does work better if you have legit photos that you've actually used. Me, I've just found this on the internet. Make sure you don't do what I do, because you can get actually you can actually get your ad account banned if you use like images that aren't stock free. So make sure you actually get your client to take a picture of their actual food in their restaurant, so it's all their own content. So I'm just going to use this off that I found on the internet. I'm going to select this, press continue. Then I'm going to come down here and make sure I delete ad one. It's giving me two ads, so I'm just going to use one ad. We want to use one ad. And now, as you can see, it's starting to build this live preview in front of our face. Now, of course, this is going to say your client's restaurant name here if you selected the correct page. Now you want to enter some text. So guys, now you're actually going to want to enter some copy into this text. In marketing, we call this copywriting. I'm pretty sure you all know what copywriting is. If not, go and search the term up. So I'm just going to grab some copy that I've actually pre-written. It's just a demo. So basically, I'll read this through, then we're going to break down the psychology behind it and the thinking behind it and the thought process behind it and why it works. So the first bit is attention Sheffield, who wants free wings? Yes, you heard right. To celebrate our restaurant, we're giving away our delicious barbecue wings for free when you spend just £25. To claim your free wings, click learn more below to get your coupon. Hurry, there's only 21 left. Now, the first bit, the attention Sheffield, we're basically calling out their actual area. We actually say their city name because it makes it more personal. So if your client is operating in London, their restaurant's in London and they want people in London, we would say attention London, who wants free wings? Now we add little emojis here and there just to spice it up a little bit now and make it a little bit more fun and characterized. So we say who wants free wings. We're basically asking them a question, getting them hooked. It's basically pulling on their emotions, like free wings, yes, of course we want free wings. Basically asking them a question, getting them thinking. So we then say, yes, you heard right. To celebrate our restaurant. Now this is actually proven to work. There's actually been a study in I believe it was America, and the study basically was there was a queue for the printer, so like a printing machine in a university, and there was a massive queue for this printer. So basically the study was that there was this queue and there was this test subject that went over to the queue and basically tried to cut in the queue, and not just cut in, but they actually tapped the person in front of them and said, excuse me, can I use the printer real quick, because, and then gave some reason. And they actually showed that when you give a reason, even if it's just a bland reason, people comply with that so much more than if you was just not to give a reason at all. And so always add a reason in. So I said, yes, you heard right. To celebrate our restaurant, that's the reason. We are giving away barbecue wings for free when you spend just £25. So we don't want to lose too much money on the front end. So I added this little £25 in, so they actually have to spend some money to actually redeem this offer. Now we say to claim your free wings, click learn more, which is this button here, which we're going to change to learn more, and basically just giving them instructions on how to do it. Then we add some scarcity in there to make people take action right now. So in the headline, we're just going to say something like free barbecue wings on us. Then we're going to give them another instruction down here. And as you can see, this populates up down here. We're just going to say click learn more to claim yours. Then, of course, we're going to change this button right now to learn more, so it makes sense. So as we can see, this is a pretty good looking ad, if I do say so myself. Now what we're going to do is create the lead form. Now just quick word of warning, make sure your pixels are all set up. That again is another entire video, but on a free trial it doesn't really matter. It's about getting them results ASAP and then onboarding them properly once they're fully paid and stuff like that. So guys, finally we get on to the lead form ad. This is basically where we're gonna collect the traffic's data, so their name, email and phone number and stuff like that. Basically we're gonna collect their information so they become a lead. So we're gonna click create new form, where basically we're gonna be presented with this pop-up box. Now let me just walk you through what these two things mean here. You've got two options here, more volume and higher intent. More volume basically means it's going to use a form to quickly fill in and submit their data on a mobile. So basically it's just going to autofill their information in here, and then all they have to do is press submit and that's it. It's done. The information is taken. Whereas higher intent basically adds an extra step where a person has to confirm that their information is all correct. This will probably get less leads, but they will be of higher quality because people have actually checked to see if their information is correct. But we're just going to use more volume because we want to collect a lot of leads for this particular ad. So intro, your headline is actually this bit right here. So we're going to actually add a headline that I've actually already entered. So we're just going to say claim your free wings now. We're going to use the image from our actual ad. So the same image pops up here so they know that they're on the correct thing. So on this section right here, we can actually choose whether we want to use a bullet point section, which looks like this, where we basically put in some random text. Basically we can actually have a list of rules or instructions or something like that, and it will come out and look like this on the right here. But we're not going to use this. We're actually going to use a paragraph. So I'm going to change it back and just enter my copied and paste text here. So this is what it looks like so far. So you just want to say something like claim your free wing. So basically you're just making sure you convey what your offer is right on this lead form page. They're going to scroll down. There's going to be a bit here we can actually edit. We've already edited this bit. Now we need to just edit this bit right here. Now we're going to move on to questions because this is all looking good so far. We're going to uncheck all of this and we're going to check what questions we want to be answered. So bear in mind, guys, here that if you try and collect all this information, basically there's going to be a high barrier of entry, so that more questions you ask, the less leads you're going to get because there's more effort on their part to fill in. Even though this because it's on Facebook, it auto fills in the information, but there's still going to be a barrier of entry. So typically a lead form, or when we're collecting leads, we actually just take their first name, email address and their phone number or something like that. Now if you was use in the real estate niche or something on those lines, you could actually add a custom question in and create your own custom question, where you could say something like, how soon are you looking to move house or sell your house or something like that. Or for this particular case, what we can actually do, because it's the restaurant niche, we can actually add in a date of birth. But again, remember, the higher the more questions you ask, the higher the barrier of entry. So what you could actually do here with this date of birth thing, my thinking is this: with the restaurant niche, because it's restaurants and on your birthday you kind of eat out on your birthday, what you can actually do is retarget people on those specific birthdays. So you can actually put this into a CRM system and have it send out emails on someone's birthday or something like that, or retarget people based on birthdays, which is actually a possibility on Facebook. So that's just a little trick I've actually learned over my digital marketing times on Facebook and stuff like that. So for this one, remember the order you click it in is the order it is going to show on the lead form page. So moving on, you actually need to insert a privacy policy link. Now you can actually take your client's privacy policy link off of their website and actually use it in here, and you will be compliant and you'll be good to go. So we're just going to name this privacy policy. And then I'm just going to use my own for this demonstration, but you want to use your actual clients. So make sure you add in your privacy policy so you can stay compliant with Facebook's terms and conditions and stuff like that. You don't want to get your ad account shut down or anything. And I'm not even too sure you can actually run this ad without actually adding it. So just make sure you add that. So guys, after we fill out the privacy policy, we're actually going to create the thank you page, or the thank you screen, should I say. Now in here, we just want to put something like, thank you, we've sent your coupon to your email. So basically we're saying thank you and then giving them an instruction such as, we've sent your coupon to your email address. Now we actually don't want to give them the coupon on this screen because people can then basically add in bogus information. What we want is to actually collect real legit emails. So if someone adds in a bogus email and then sees that we've sent them their coupon to their email, but it's a bogus email, they're probably going to try and go back a step and actually enter, if that's possible, they're actually going to try and enter. So the next time around they see the ad, they're actually going to try and enter an actual email address. Now in the description, we are basically going to ask them to make a call. So this button here can actually be changed, but this bit right here is important. We want to incentivize them to basically make a booking right now. So we want to say something like, click call now to reserve your table, or we can actually push them to the website to make a booking if they've got a specific booking page or something on the lines of that. We can actually also make them go into a marketing messenger bot, so like a Facebook bot, but that again is for another video. That's a whole nother topic in itself. So for this particular case, we're just actually going to say call now, and then we're just going to send them to the contact page of somebody's website. So we'd actually have them call now, and we could actually make that a link to go to their contact page where the number is. So what happens then is they click through, submit their information, they go to the thank you page, they check their emails. The emails will have these leads actually get put into an automated email follow-up, so they'll actually get automatically sent an email. If you actually do this correctly, you basically want to set up your lead form so that it talks, or is integrated, should I say, with an app called Zapier or Zapier. Now Zapier can then basically make a zap, so it can actually put these people into a get response. Get response is basically an email automation tool, so you can actually send emails automatically. You can also create another zap that creates an Excel list that fills out each little row as a lead gets generated. So it will be name, email address, number, and then the date the lead was generated, and then your client can have that Excel sheet. What happens then when a lead comes in, this lead form or lead sheet is actually filled out if you make the correct zaps, and the person that submits their data actually gets sent to your client via text message or email address, or email, whatever they want, plus they get this sheet. Not only that, but the actual lead themselves will get put into an email follow-up sequence, and which actually will get emailed and stuff like that. But that is for later on down the line and for another video. You can actually take a look on YouTube on how to integrate Zapier with Facebook ad lead forms, and you will find out it's pretty easy to do. So once this is all created, you're going to want to hit confirm, and then you're going to want to put your bank details in and pay for the ads and start running the ads and get great results. After you've got great results, if this is a trial for you, you're then going to ask the client if they want to continue working with them, and then you're going to lay down your price, get them to sign the contract, send over the invoice, and then you will have a client. So with that being said, this has been a really long video filled with value. And if any of you guys need any help whatsoever getting started with your social media marketing agency, or if you need help automating this whole system, because I know it can take a long time to copy and paste leads from Google or Yelp or wherever you're finding leads into an Excel sheet to then reach out to and contact to set discovery calls, I've actually found a way to actually scrape Google for leads to then basically automatically put them into an Excel sheet ready to hit up right there and then. With, you know, it will be filled out with their name, number, email address, their website URL, their Facebook URL, all their social media links automatically pulled into a sheet for you, so you don't have to spend hours on end copying and pasting. So with that being said, I hope that you've liked today's video, and please give me a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.